What do you believe God is?
I used to, as a existentialist into an existential theist, think it was the collective unconsciousness, essentially, of everyone's perspective at any given time. That was my first real kind of conception of God. But now, with Catholicism, it's a very complex question. I think I'm going to circle around to gratitude as the best way to explain it. It is purpose of seeing what's around you with gratitude, and that as the natural state, that's really the access point to a conception of God for me. And it's sad a lot of people don't have even the time to be patient and open to really not knowing what God is. But for me in practice, it's a trust. It's a personal act of trust with God, a surrender, in fact, in a lot of ways. And really, I'll say again, the beginning of the Lord's Prayer. I mean, it's a little well-loaded to some people, but Our Father, for a lot of people, that's enough of a faith. It is sublime and perfect because of the distillation. R implies every human that's ever lived or will, or human consciousness and spirit and dignity. There is a greater thing that ties it all together, and I think there is a certain ego in thinking that we can explain everything. It, for me, interferes with the present moment. I was talking about, not necessarily having a rote calendar as much as just 2 hours of intentionality, prayer, and openness, and working on things that are concrete in my spirit, but not necessarily a to-do list. And then the to-do list makes itself. And in fact, prayer is intention. It's not really mysterious. Again, Pope Francis said, you pray for the poor, and then you feed the poor. It's not a mystery. It's intention. And if you think about the ripple effect of butterfly effect, science of, us being mostly energy and really not knowing at quantum levels how things work, it's really a lot of mystery and impossible to grasp everything. So for me, I can't really conceive of God, but it is something that kind of I am moved by, in the sense, literally and spiritually, I'm moved, And I know that there is an inherent quality to when I am moved by it, because it is, the next word of the prayer is, hallowed be thy name. So if you keep going into the Lord's Prayer, the second part, hallowed means sacred and healing at the same time. So that's the root of positivity. It's healing. So I know my mind's coming at it from a healing, sacred place that cannot be abased or anything. It's timeless. Then there's great strength in that. And that kind of is my second qualifier for what the presence of God does for me. That's almost enough too. You can kind of stop there, and that's enough for me to just have a sacred healing for